Thank you for tuning in to CWHipHop.com's podcast. We're doing the podcast before the live show each week, where we just kind of talk about topics a little more in depth, things that are going on with the station. Being that we only have 3 minutes to talk on the live show, we want to make sure that we can kind of open up a bit, get some dialogue in here, some news, some topics, let you know about some projects going on. We are here with your host, DJ BVNC. We got co-host here, Prism, and then we got Garke here as well.
Why don't you guys co-host?
Coco. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? Where can we find you guys at?
You can find me on Instagram at Prism Rep, PRIZMRAP, and on Facebook, my Facebook page is just Prism, PRIZM. What about you, Garke?
You can pretty much find me anywhere. On Facebook, on Instagram, just type in Garke, Garke, and you'll pretty much find me anywhere.
Yeah, and you guys have been doing a lot of networking this last week.
Tons.
We had the interview with Miz last week. Started the giveaway for it. We're going to be doing another post for that tomorrow to make sure you guys can enter for the signed copy of his Divinity 2 project. I just was talking to him. He's going to be dropping that off this weekend so we can get that out at the end of the month. You have until that to share it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Share the post. Share the free album cover and free CWHipHop stickers.
Yeah, we want to get it out there so that way you guys can kind of spread the word. What's better than throwing stickers somewhere?
Right? Fuck it.
Yeah. Speaking of this last week having Jedi on, just this last week in general was just kind of huge. We
did a lot.
We met 3 of the artists that are on the station. I mean, Ty is family with one of them, Lush.
Mm-hmm.
But so we met Lush, we met Jedi, and we met JD.
We met JD,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot we went to JD's, yeah.
Yeah, we went to his Tuesday, I think.
It was a big motivator for us 3 to kind of kick more into gear. Like, because we were learning how to do all this stuff and starting off, but I feel like we have it under control now, what we're doing, and we know how to run a show properly. We know how to talk to these artists when they're in here now more compared to our first interviews.
Of course.
And so, yeah, we did a lot of pushing this week of
we met a lot of artists. We met a lot of artists, and after we met with Lush, he was kind of like, yo.
Oh, he lit a fire under our ass.
You definitely. I could
Lush
see it
lit a
in
fire
you.
under all of our asses
Yeah.
for sure. He had some good ideas, and he definitely he wasn't afraid to tell us what we could still be doing that we aren't doing.
It was a fresh set of eyes on what we're trying.
Yeah, exactly. And it was nice. It was nice.
But then you guys were reaching out to a bunch of people, so kind of go through what had happened because I wasn't doing much of it. I was working on other stuff.
Before Lush came over that day, the 2 days prior to that, I had just been going through SoundCloud and searching up Wisconsin and looking at all the artists that are from Wisconsin, no matter what genre they were on, and trying to figure out if there were other rappers in the area that like we just haven't found yet. And so I was going through that, and then Lush was telling us, he's like, yeah, you guys need to grow the station. You need to get more people on there. The more people we have on there, the more people we have to back it and push it. And since I had already been doing it, I'm like, well, I already have a list of a couple people in my head that I can hit up. And then I also, I put Garke onto searching for quite a few more because I ended up getting sick.
Yeah, I ended up getting 42 artists from SoundCloud.
Wow.
42 people from Wisconsin that I hit up and mentioned the station to. But that's just the start.
I mean,
plenty more.
It's just getting the name out there too, I think.
There's a lot of artists and a lot of talent around here that we don't know of.
Yeah,
And
even
I'm
if they
glad
said
that we're
no.
looking. Exactly.
It's still getting that name.
But we've gotten many more yeses than we have no's.
Yeah, we have a lot of success.
I was pushing the station at my job a lot too. I gave away like 50 plus business cards.
Mm-hmm.
We had a bunch of people looking at the station
I brought
that
him
week.
a stack.
A fat stack. And then I took the rest of them that he had here and I got rid of all of them.
Yeah, that was really huge.
And people actually
I'm out
seemed
now.
interested. Like they did.
Good.
People seemed interested about it.
What was kind of go through because we didn't really talk about this.
Well,
what was,
I know.
what was the reaction?
My approach to it was I would first, I'm at my job, so I need to put my job first. So I would let them buy their thing first, so hopefully I won't get in trouble as well. So I kind of put them first, I let them buy whatever they're gonna buy, and then as I'm like ringing them up, I'm like, hey, do you enjoy hip hop music? Do you listen to hip hop music? It might be a weird question. Do you listen to hip hop? And most of them are like, yeah, I like hip hop music. I'm like, would you be interested in listening to local hip hop artists, from Wisconsin? I had one guy who was like, what are you trying to sell me an album? Are you trying to sell me a mixtape? I'm like, no. I'm not trying to sell you nothing, man. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm just trying to put you on to, you know, a radio station that me and my team have been running for about a year, and we got 20 plus artists on it. It's roughly 7 hours of music.
We are at 25 now.
25 now. Woo! Gotta
Good job,
you gotta
guys.
update that on the station.
Yeah, we just got to 25.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
literally 5 minutes before. So we got them on there. It's gonna be at the end of the show, but
Yeah. But I don't know, and then I would just explain to him that it's just like all local artists, all from Wisconsin, that we're just trying to get our name out there, and they all seem to understand that there isn't a music scene around here. And I explained it to them. They all agreed, like, there isn't at all. And a lot of them even knew people that made music that
Really?
wanted to get into this stuff. Yes.
I think you gave them a business card.
Yes, exactly. And even when I didn't have business cards, I wrote that shit down on a piece of receipt paper.
You made sure you got it out there. So it's pretty overall accepting. Like, people were kind of open to it. That's good.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, very open to it.
I mean, that is a select group of people who are coming into your work. But I mean,
It's a good place to advertise for it, to be honest with you.
It is a good
It's a
spot.
smoke shop.
Yeah.
Who's not listening to hip hop? Who's smoking?
Yeah, exactly. Like, most of those people are probably going to tune in versus...
Even a couple old people that came into the shop, like, they listen to hip hop, they said. And I was like, would you be willing to listen? And they would said, yeah. So that's dope.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that it went over well. That was definitely huge. Being that all those people probably live in Wausau.
Exactly.
Essentially, like, a lot of them live in the area. That was
a lot of
huge.
people come from Merrill and Anago and stuff like that too, because they don't have smoke shops in those places.
True.
So they come all the way from there just to come to our smoke shop.
Dang.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How was yours?
I mean, I only got in contact with a couple people, but I talked to Vinny Sincata and the Oshi, and they were both super receptive to it. Loved the idea of our station and what we're trying to do with it, and have been nothing but supportive about it, and got their music in as soon as they possibly could. I know Oshi's talking about getting a contact list of more rappers from Milwaukee, so that's awesome. I haven't really talked to Vinny about if he knows any other artists, but I probably will hit him up about that soon, just to see if he knows anyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of got really good timing with finding Vinny, because he had just released his most recent song, and so I was and so I was I shared it a little bit, and so I think scored a little bit of brownie points before fully hitting him up.
You threw a Kobe.
Yeah, I threw a Kobe, and then once it was sank, I was like, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah, honestly, all the rappers and artists that I hit up too were super receptive about it, except for one producer that said, "Nah, I'm good," or like a couple people left me on scene, and that's totally fine.
That's okay.
That's totally
I mean,
okay.
Hey,
yeah.
You gotta understand, we're some nobodies trying to make something here. It's gonna happen.
I think the biggest win that we had though was getting Skits Craven.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest win we had.
So I wanted to talk about that.
Okay.
What happened? How did this...
All I did the same thing I did to every other rapper. I literally had a notepad where I just copy and pasted the same thing to these people. Just all the information, all like
I don't know if you want to say that.
You know, like
Well, I mean,
my sales pitch, you know,
yeah.
it's what it is. I did the same thing when I was handing out business cards. I pretty much did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just the sales pitch. Sometimes it switched up. If it was a producer, I had to switch up what I said. If it was somebody else, if I found their music not on SoundCloud, I had to switch up what I said.
It's not like you stole it from the internet. You
Exactly.
typed it up
I wrote it up
once.
myself.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like, I literally just sent that, and 2 days later, he's like, "Yeah, I'm super interested." He told me to contact his manager. I contacted the manager, and the manager was saying how Skits is like really big in repping, you know, where he's from, repping Wisconsin. So he's super interested in being on the station, and you know, having us rep him as well as repping with other Wisconsin, you know, artists.
Yeah.
So he's all for that. He loves it, and you know, I'm fucking excited. Second biggest fucking rapper in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's
It's
huge.
crazy.
So me and Jacob were talking earlier today about there is a rapper on the station that brought up of the fact that just because these people are bigger doesn't mean we should play them more than the others.
Oh, of course not. No. They're just in the rotation like everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah,
all it is.
and what
We
me
wanna
and
make
Jacob
sure.
were talking about is that we're going to keep it, obviously, an even playing field for everybody.
They start paying us.
No.
No. I understand though. I understand.
This is just supposed to be about Wisconsin hip hop, not the biggest Wisconsin hip hop, the people who are already popping off.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
We want the underground to be the spotlight. I get that.
I think the nice thing about it is that everybody is kind of in. We have how it's set up is mix 1, mix 2, mix 3, mix 4, and then a fire mix. Fire is played in all of the mixes, but then everybody is assigned a mix 1 through 4 as I put the artist in the station, as I'm doing usually 5 songs, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one that I'm like, okay, I've already done a couple in 2, a couple in 3, I'll throw another one in the 4. So it's nice that like it is on shuffle. It's kind of just as you tune in, you're like, oh, which Wisconsin artist am I going to hear? Because I don't have like a set thing for it. I want to kind of get in works with you, Prism, for having curated kind of blocks, so that way it's like when you tune in for like the more populated hours, like some of the better moods fit together, so it's not as chaotic, because that's one thing I've noticed. You go from one mood to the other, and it's like it's nice sometimes, but it's also like if it was a little more like curated, I think would make a better flavor for listening to it.
Yeah, I agree. I could definitely do that.
We're getting a lot of music.
One of my favorite things to do with music is.
Oh my god, how many hours we got now?
Over 6. We're definitely over 6.
Over 6 hours. Nice. Yeah, over 6 hours. 25 people.
That's Wisconsin hip hop.
Pretty good so far, yeah. I mean, there's a lot more.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
There's plenty that I've messaged that haven't even hit me back or even looked at the message yet. So
yeah, and that's great because I mean, even if they don't, check out the page.
I even know personally there were like spans of a couple weeks where I didn't check my Instagram and I'd go on and I'd have a message that sat there for a little bit and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you can't let that happen, dude.
Well, that was when I was focusing on other stuff, so I wasn't really pushing my music or anything. I was working on things that I needed to work on, but once because I mean a lot of artists go through that shit too, so it's like
yeah well, we'll kind of get into we're gonna have a lot of new artists coming up. It's kind of exciting. We need to work on some graphic designs for like new music when we have it, like a new music alert or something, so I can share that graphic,
like up and coming kind of thing. Yeah,
kind of, but like make sure you tune in today because we have new music alert or something. I don't know, something that kind of catches the eye, and
figure something out.
So that way I've new graphics to always come
in my head where it's like a promo video, like a 60-second promo video.
Can you do moving graphics?
I can do my best. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Sure
How'd you guys make the one for is that off DistroKid? For
what?
So what?
Oh, the promotion video?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's off DistroKid.
Okay.
DistroKid has a lot
I definitely
of really nice perks.
I could use my video editing software and definitely try to make something.
Yeah, because if we could do like little graphics, that'd be awesome. Like
I was thinking
moving
like
GIFs.
Not even just a GIF, like just a 60-second like promo video for Instagram or Facebook. And, like, the first thought that came into my head was like to get people's attention, like have a siren in the beginning. Because
I don't want to be
new
annoying.
music alert.
DJ buzzer.
Yeah. Some MLG sounds.
Yeah.
No, but I've also liked seeing the more interaction we've been getting with the station and our posts. People, it seems like, are commenting more, liking more.
We're getting likes
sharing
now.
more.
We're getting more follows.
Yes.
We broke 200 on Instagram.
I saw that.
And we dipped below it a little bit, and I knew that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But we went back above it, and we're staying above it. So, I mean, it's daily content. We kind of want to take CW Hip Hop and make it a brand of like entertainment to a degree.
Yeah.
For like hip hop scenes. So it's like that's why we post daily. If it's to keep you informed on what music is around here, a funny meme, or just like, hey, the live shows today, just something, so that way you're always staying in touch with it. We were talking about kind of doing possibly like some sort of email or something, if people wanted to like just get something sent to them, like a newsletter or something of like concerts once they'll start get up and going, new music coming out. If we want to start doing like, I don't know, deeper topics that you want to put out in there, like a discussion of it or something, we could really play with the idea. But then that's another thing people could get engaged with the music around here. Just another thing to attach to keep the foundation of the hip hop.
Yeah, another thing I was talking, I mean, I kind of brought it up to Mason and I texted it in our group chat about Twitch shows. We could do like live Twitch shows with the music, and he said we would need the artists to like give us their, the rights to their songs, but I don't think we would need that if we weren't a monetized channel. If we're not a monetized channel, I think it'll be fine. I don't think Twitch will care then. I think it's only when you have ads on your videos is when they're going to DMCA you.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be okay on that. Because it's the same thing with like YouTube. If I'm not monetized on YouTube, I can post whatever I want. I'll just get a copyright strike. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I can post whatever I want. As long as it doesn't have ads on it, and I don't say that it's mine.
Let's just make sure of that. Can you still, are you allowed to, like, receive donations still if you
of course you can. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You just got because you have a Streamlabs link or something like that where it's like a third party where they're just sending you, because it could be a PayPal link even, and it's a third party and it's not going through Twitch. It shouldn't matter then.
Okay.
We could also have it so it is set up for monetized. We could as artists if
we would need
get
rights.
approval. We get the rights to it, but then we say, hey, we're monetizing it. You guys are going to get cut back for it.
All we would really need is them writing down on a piece of paper or an email saying
I was
that
looking into some
can use
contracts
their
for
music. And as long as we have that and we get a DMCA or a copyright, we send that to them and it's voided. We have an email from that artist saying we can use their music.
Valid, not voided.
That's valid. Well, no, it voids the DMCA.
Oh, gotcha.
It voids the copyright.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, and I mean, it'd be artist to artist, and really it'd be like being able to monetize it to get some money for the music. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be a whole lot, but something to get some.
I mean, starting off, maybe not, but I think we could definitely grow it into a pretty cool channel.
I want to do something with YouTube too. Like make it so it's like there's something to go to if you're like.
We could put the podcasts on YouTube. I know you're putting them on Spotify, but we could literally put them on YouTube as well. I can make a cool graphic for it where it shows like our profile pictures, like my logo, his logo. If we make you a logo, we can put your logo up there. We can like little bubbles. We can have like a sound wave in the background that's moving, so it's actually somewhat interactive and engaging when they're listening to it.
We could do that.
It could be a video podcast
set up,
even.
Yep, I was going to say we could set up cameras and do a video podcast.
What I was thinking is we set up cameras in the studio.
Yeah.
Kind of like opposite walls, so it's like the one on your wall would look at you, one on the wall from behind me would look at, or from me would look at you. The other
only
way.
problem with that is, well, and no, it wouldn't be a problem because we're not live streaming the. Never mind. Don't listen.
And even if we do live stream, we can upgrade the internet there.
Well, we would need an engineer for live streaming because we're having that many cameras. We need somebody that's not in the. Well, they could still be in the show. Just they'd have to be behind the scenes, clicking to like go to each camera when somebody's talking. That's what they have to do. We would need somebody for that. And it could just be one of us with a laptop.
What if we talk to the people in the studio next to us and say, hey, could you guys do this for us? Well,
I mean,
they might want to get paid though.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, if we're like, hey,
no, because if one of us can do it for free, why would
if one of us can do it?
We can have a laptop just sitting there. One of us is clicking through it. That's what we would need.
Right now, we need to use the resources.
I mean, we got 3 of us here.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
it wouldn't be a hard thing for somebody, just one of us to just sit there with a laptop and like, if you start talking, I click to you. He starts talking, I click to him. I start talking, I click to him.
because I'm pretty sure you can just quick bind it to like a certain key and it switches.
You can, yeah. And there's otherwise we can use my Stream Deck that I have at home too. You can just click that for different scenes as well, so you don't have to use the whole computer.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we
can do
and have a lot of potential to.
It's like how much content can we make?
A lot.
Exactly. So if we just
all of it,
if we just make it a content.
Well, and the thing too is
pile, just see what sticks, and like we keep going with that and help grow the music here.
Of course, yeah. And the thing too is that like I know you don't really have experience in it, but me and Ty both have experience in content creation of like YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean we kind of more understand what works with all that kind of stuff. And so I think that gives us a huge step forward in comparison to other people. But
I agree with you on that. The host has just left the room. So BVNC's not here. We can talk about whatever we want.
No. This is our show now.
Party pooper.
We had a dog yelling at the door.
Oh, of course.
Just through in the bedroom. But
yeah, I can't wait until we get the studio set up though.
That's gonna be
tomorrow. We're laying carpet. Is that right?
Yes.
Right,
tomorrow we're laying carpet.
Tomorrow we're laying carpet. I'm gonna get the
And
plans.
then Friday I'm
gonna get plans in for the desk.
I'm laying pipe tonight. That's for fucking sure.
But yeah, no. Once we get the desk and stuff figured out, room's gonna be. It's gonna be a little cramped, but I think we're gonna make it work.
We can make it work.
We gotta do because I mean it's a cheaper rent, but I mean just.
It's a great start.
I'm just glad that it's a month lease, so like once we do get it off the ground and we do need a bigger space, we can get out of there right away instead of having to wait a whole fucking year lease.
Yeah. I mean, I still think we're gonna be there for probably
it'll be a
least
bit
year.
Still.
I mean, I understand
but
that.
Like, yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
If we can afford a $600-$700 rent on a bigger place, we should.
I agree, but that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, I mean, gotta monetize it somehow, and that's gonna take a bit. Like
we just sold stickers, and we have somebody that's...
we're rolling in it this
and
week.
We have somebody interested in the Patreon, bro. $5 a month.
We sold some stickers on the CWHipHop store. You can get a pack of 5 for $6. Go support the station, get your stickers. I'll mail them out as soon as possible.
My man, Lost Concept, or was it Suvi? It was Suvi. Suvi bought a pack of stickers the other day, and he wants to support us on our Patreon, so you gotta get that $5 Patreon thing up.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Okay. It's up now.
I think it like timed out or something.
Timed out.
Yeah, it didn't have any interaction for a
that's
while.
Weird. I didn't know that's. I didn't know
I didn't either. I went to go look, and I was like, "Where's all my stuff?"
You spent hours doing all this shit.
I had it all set up, and nothing was here.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's too funny. Jesus.
Anything else you guys want to add about the week, or what we got planned going?
I finished my first ever beat.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds good.
Our producer finally finished a beat.
Yeah.
It only took me 7 hours and 46 minutes.
How long
No
have you
big
been,
deal.
How long have you been producing, though?
Not even a year. Like, and I didn't even take it that seriously in the beginning.
Yeah. So, I mean, realistically, you're on a good path. Like, get you finished beats before, but they're like, eh.
The reason this took me 8 hours is because when I first started it, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I barely knew what I was doing. I barely knew shit, and I was just fiddling with everything, trying to figure out what the fuck to do next. And now that I know what I'm doing, I was able to actually arrange it and make something for it and make it sound right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's where I gave
nice.
you guys a little step forward for at least the rapping portion of stuff. Is because I already went through that stage for like the mixing vocals and shit. So I was like, okay, I can at least do some of that stuff for you guys, so you guys can like I can walk you through writing a little bit until you get the hang of it. And because I remember when Jacob first started, he's like, well, and you were both like,
Not good.
how the fuck do I even start writing? I'm like, just start writing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
It
easy
falls
way
out
to put it. Eventually, you start getting the hang of it. You start figuring out how you do a little bit of rhyme schemes, even if they're super simple starting off.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to learn it is to do it. And, like, I'll obviously give you little hints of, like, oh, maybe this bar would work a little better than the one you have right here.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, hey, shorten this one up a little bit so it keeps that rhyme pattern going.
Yeah, that's one thing I struggle with.
But you've gotten so much better at it, too.
Yeah.
And, like, Ty, the first song he wrote
was trash. Evil 3 when we first...
your
verse on Evil 3 was
first
bad.
Verse, my first verse for Evil 3, though, was horrible as well. It
so
just
true.
was not good.
Oh, it was bad, man.
I didn't know what to write.
Cause yeah, like I got past my fast part, and then I didn't know how to keep going fast, so I like did a slow thing, and it didn't work. It didn't sound good.
No, if
So I'm
anything,
glad
you go
that I
from
kind of
slow
kept-
to fast. That's not fast to slow, because...
No, I did in the beginning though, so I went from fast to slow, because I
Yeah.
went from motherfucking master, and then I went to like hide your kids and.
Yeah, let's not talk about the actual
No, I know.
lyrics.
That shit was
It
hilarious.
was bad.
But hey, we
I'm glad
figured it
I'm
out.
glad we
And
sat
hey,
on it.
now I got a bar on there in my last part too. Dude.
Well, and watching
really like
both
Kurt
of you
Cobain.
progress and how you write has been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't watch yourself do it. You kind of feel like you're still writing the same shit. And even though, like, you guys are like, yeah, no, you've gotten better rhyme schemes compared to when you started and all that stuff. But, like, watching you guys from start to where you are now, you guys are pretty, you guys have just taken bounds at how good you are at writing. And, like, Ty's getting some of his fast shit where it's like, he's almost got that choppa flow. And I fucking
Choppa.
love that.
Which song gives you the Choppa Flow vibes?
You're starting to get it on Disco.
On Disco,
Dude,
you
Disco,
like that?
those-
Let her up, dick it down. That?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do got a good flow on that one.
And then Jacob's breaking out of his just filling every little space
yeah.
in his
No,
verse.
you used to do that a lot. You would try to like put a big word in places where it shouldn't be because like you thought there wasn't enough space there, and you would like just force it in there.
Yeah, if anything, what Jacob's learned is he can't always force it in. You
You need some lube.
What?
You can't force it in. You need some lube.
gotta slow it down and have a little foreplay before you stick it in, you know?
Alright, yeah, I gotta work on that, I guess. Foreplay.
You know, you've gotten better about it.
Oh, I've gotten better. All
Yeah.
right. I've been practicing.
No, I've just loved watching this progress, and now seeing these past couple weeks, the steps we've taken forward for not only our personal music, but for the station, which is going to benefit everybody
Yeah.
who's on it. I
Literally.
mean, it's been really cool to watch, and I can't...
It's been fun
Wait
just
to
reaching
see
out to
where
new
we're
artists
going.
too.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask you guys
It's
about
super
that.
fun.
What's
Ooh,
it feel
Zill
like? 'Cause
just Zill just sent us something.
Oh, nice. I love reaching out to new artists and that initial reaction. How do you guys like it? How was that?
It's fun.
I wasn't
'Cause it's, like,
expecting
exciting.
as much positivity as
I
we
wasn't
got.
even expecting replies, is the thing. I literally, that's why I did the whole copy and paste thing, 'cause I literally wasn't expecting replies. My page is not branded to CWHipHop
No.
whatsoever, and I have no ties from my page to CWHipHop. So if I was to see that as an artist and like be like, oh, what is this guy talking about? He doesn't
It
even
looks like
he's
a
part of
bot.
it. It looks like somebody, exactly. It looks like a bot that's commenting on your page, like, yo, promote here.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, just getting the responses back though was like, holy shit! Like
was
they
nice.
they actually see the vision too. Like it's
get
not
it.
a joke. it's something that's gonna end up, I think, being bigger than what we initially thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to be able to bring people together for live shows, collaborations, and that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be a lot easier when you have this central spot for everyone to get together, work together.
Collab and network, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also nice that, they're so open to the platform, considering it's so new, but they're open to the platform because, we're getting their music out there. We're giving them that platform.
Well,
we're
and they
giving
can
it to
see
them
that,
instead of just using it. You know what I mean?
With CW, he posts daily on it.
Yeah.
That's huge. They see that, they're like, oh, they're really going on this.
I think we're one post away from 150 posts.
Nice.
So basically 150 days I've been posting daily.
Yeah.
Roughly.
We need more rapper cards.
We do. Well, I wanted to do
got 5
Generation
more
1.
artists.
We got a couple more.
You want to do Generation 1?
Yeah, I want to do
So we update the songs on them and shit like that.
We're,
That's a good idea.
Eventually here we're going to be clearing out some of the songs that just to kind of clean it up. We had a lot of it on there for about a year, so the stuff that is really good we'll keep, but I think it's time to make space for some new songs, to make sure the new stuff is heard. And I want to make new artist cards for all the new artists we got on there. I want to obviously get permission, but I think it'd be cool to play with hey, what kind of theme would you want your card to be?
Yep.
I think instead of having just a solid theme, we're hey, we have a graphic design artist, kind of get an idea of what you would want, and we can see if we can put it into action.
Well, you know how they're they kind of resemble Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
That's the point.
What if we do types as well? Some people are dark rappers, some are
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
some are
But,
gangster rappers.
I guess
some are
I think we should base that off of the songs that we put on the card. Say we put So What on a card for you, it'd be more of a soul hip hop kind of thing. So we'd give maybe I'd give you a neutral type or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I agree.
I think it would depend on the songs, just like on a Pokemon card. It depends on what kind of moves the Pokemon has, depending on their type.
Because Zill could be a trap card and
you know
what I'm saying?
That's Yu-Gi-Oh. Now you're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. Trap cards or
No,
Yu-Gi-Oh
I know,
cards.
but
I get it. Trap music card. Yeah. We're getting to we're gonna go into fucking Magic the Gathering next, huh?
But I think it'd be Generation 2 adding a little bit more to what we're putting on the cards and making them a little bit more in depth and
a little
just
more personal and make it so that way the artist wants to share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Generation 1,
I think
honestly,
it'd
be super cool, awesome concept, and I think we can just continue expanding on that concept for Gen 2.
You know what'd be dope? Make them NFTs. Couple cards and then have a couple that are...
See, you know more about this NFT stuff than anybody.
Most people don't, but basically,
We're gonna sell rapper cards as NFTs.
NFTs, man. Yeah. No.
Nobody's gonna buy those, Jacob. Not a single soul. Not even the rapper if they had the money. They don't give a fuck.
You're probably right.
That's the one
I'm
thing.
keep pushing it until it hits. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know how I feel about NFTs yet. I think it's too soon.
I think they're fucking stupid. It's a collectible for something that's already collectible. Because investing is trying to collect already, right?
Making something collectible, but the way it could be used in music industry is tying an NFT to the rights of a song, and then you can have that ownership of the song be tied to it, and then as that song is sold or makes money, anybody who owns that token, the NFT, gets a cut of the profit immediately. It's immediately put into your wallet or cryptos. So there's ways for it to be monetized.
I guess that's not a bad way to do it.
Now, I'm talking the rapper cards as a cool, funny collectible item. It was just kind of a joke, but seriously, getting rights to songs onto the blockchain, so it's who the owner is. Then your stuff, your samples,
parts of rights to songs to people.
You and your producer. Or you and your label, or something the label automatically cuts you a portion of that.
Yeah, but that,
so it's you don't even have to. You know what you get right
away. That
away.
almost gives the person ownership of your music, though. Who would want that?
Dude, that's already happening.
No, that's.
So I mean, if you own the NFT, then it's yours. What?
It's not if that's a label.
Exactly.
It's a label.
Most people are under a label where they own it.
Most popular
NFT
people are
anybody
under a label.
Can buy a share of your music. Meaning.
No.
That's
what you mean,
that's what it sounded like you were saying.
Okay,
that's
yes
what
and no.
Like saying.
Yes and no. An NFT means non-fungible token, which is essentially saying there's similar to if you said a US dollar, hey, I have $1. You don't really care what the serial number is. You know it's worth $1. Versus hey, I have this Pokemon card, the only one or something. That's a rare item. There's only one of those or something.
But you're talking about rights to a song.
Yes. So the rights to the song is tied to the audio on there. It this is still in development with it, but this is what they want to do with it. So
I thought NFTs were just pictures.
No. The NFT is tying an asset to the blockchain to then show ownership for. Like, this is getting too deep for the podcast, but I can definitely get deeper with this on you guys.
It's just weird, though, to me.
You're going to see it more often. I guarantee that.
Somebody's able to buy rights, like a piece of rights to a song. I almost feel like that's degrading to the artist themselves. You can't buy
it necessarily unless you sell it. So that's where it comes into, it's like, yes, I will get into that deeper with you. Like, I'll try and break it down for you without... We only have so much time for the podcast. But basically, it would be for ownership of it, and that's that's basically how the artists are going to take control of the music again. Because then you show the ownership. Yeah. We have new music. Speaking of tying songs to NFTs, so you're not going to do it for yours, probably not. But what song do you got coming out?
Oh, I have So What coming out next month, April on the 16th. Drops on midnight on Friday.
Midnight on Friday. Okay. Go save it. Where can they find the link to it?
15th into the 16th. You can go to my Instagram and click the link in my bio. My Instagram is Prism Rep, PRIZMRAP. And if you click the link in my bio, it'll bring you to a pre-save for Spotify or a pre-order on, I believe, iTunes. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you can get it. You can order it early on there instead of saving it when it comes out. The more you the more, by the way, also, if you didn't know why people really want pre-saves, it's not only to get those initial plays when it drops, it's also the more pre-saves you get on Spotify, the better chance you have of getting in one of the curated playlists, because it shows interaction from your fans onto your music. The more interactions you have, the better your music probably is. The better your music probably is, the better chance of you getting onto a playlist.
Oh, so it's not just... So even if I just follow you and I go listen to it day one, it's not as good as if I pre-save it, because that helps get you...
Good.
Well, I mean, like, it could be better getting it through the pre-save because it's interaction before the song even drops.
Yes.
Okay.
The more interaction you can get before the song even drops, the better chance of getting into Spotify curated playlists.
So when you pre-save it, when it gets dropped, it goes right to your playlist, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It goes right to the likes.
Yeah, nice. I think that's what the pre-save is for.
Okay, I didn't know where it went. I think I've only done one for yours. That's what it is. You never shared it with me, but I always listened to it day one. I didn't know why you explained it to me now. I didn't know why I should go save it. I was like, I'm gonna listen to it 100 times.
No, pre-saves are super.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Trust me, I play.
No, I know.
I have that shit on fucking repeat.
Start a radio station.
Pre-saves are just. Pre-saves are just huge for
write that down.
Pushing before the music's actually out. That's
perfect
why
name, dude. CWHipHop.
That's why you get a Jesus. That's why you get a pre-save link and you put a snippet, because you're like, oh, hey, here's a little part of the song. If you like this little part of the song, you probably like the whole song.
Yeah.
So go pre-save it so that when it comes out, it goes into your playlist. But not only that, you're kind of helping me be able to get into the eyes of curators.
Support your local artist.
Yeah. I know Zachy P is dropping a song. Is it with Zill? Drip Sauce?
Drip Sauce? I believe it's with Zill.
Look. He just sent it, didn't he? Yeah,
look to your side. It's in our playlist for today.
Oh, yes, it is. Okay. It's not on their new project coming out, Game Over, though. That comes out, I think April 24th.
This is just a single.
Yeah, this is just a single, but you can go pre-save their album that comes out on the 23rd. I'm sorry, April 23rd. But this one's coming out, I think, this Friday. I think a single for the project coming up, because they both worked on it together.
Yeah, it's for the project coming up, but not on the project.
Not on the project.
It's just to get more hype behind them working together.
Yeah, I'm excited for Top Notch. I'm gonna add that to the top of my likes and my mix.
I've pre-saved both this song and their project. I love Zill's work. I love Zachy's work.
Yeah, they're great artists. Hold on a second. So we'll be playing some new music that dropped already. We have Vinny. He has Kobe out. Mm-hmm. That dropped when? Like a couple days ago.
It dropped, I think, I want to say last Friday, Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, and then
you have Drop Top Minivan in the mix? Because that one just got dropped.
That one got dropped 9 days ago.
Not yet.
We don't have socials yet, but yeah, that one's in there. Link to it on CWHipHop.com. And then we have Skits, his new song Locked and Loaded.
Locked and Loaded.
Played that one today. He shared us on his story because we tagged him in it on our story, so that was pretty cool.
Oshi, her new project, we're going to be playing a couple off that as well. She also shared us on her story.
So Lost shared us on his story too. Well, from mine.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. So Lost. Is it a new song we're playing or is it?
I don't think it's a new song.
It's fucked up.
It's called Fucked Up. Yeah. It's not fucked up. It's called Fucked Up.
It's a good song though.
Yeah.
I really
says it's
vibe with it.
It's fucked up. Yeah.
We got a lot of really good new music.
We got a
station.
ton of good
Dude,
music.
it was crazy. You guys did a
I'm
lot of work
excited.
last week. Like,
We gotta keep going.
Proud
Though.
of
We
you
can't
guys.
let the
Yeah.
momentum stop.
No.
I wish I wouldn't have been sick because we
I
definitely
wish you
would have
would've
gotten
got
more
sick either,
people.
man.
Hey, no, we
Oh,
got
man.
Ty going. This is your week to catch up. Yeah, I think we're
All
doing
right,
all
I get
right.
next week.
No.
I think we'll save some of the topics for the show. We don't have to use them all, but Spotify, we have a link to Spotify for songs that are on there. I got to update that. We have the podcast, obviously, if you're listening to it on SoundCloud or anywhere else. Spotify now, you can add that, follow it, so you can get notified when it's out every time we do it each week.
I know I'm going to be listening on my weekends.
On
when I'm at work.
We have a lot of actually here.
Guys, the station runs 24 hours a day. It's not only on Wednesdays when we have live shows and everything. You guys can hear all the best Wisconsin hip-hop artists all the time on the station.
24/7.
24/7. And even if you don't hear yourself, like if you're one of the new artists that we're talking about, you don't hear your music on here. I know we only have like that one from Lost Concept. The rest of your music will be in the 24-hour rotation, 100%.
And let's be real, when you're not at work or at school or something, you're probably bored. So why not listen to some music and jam
And
out?
support local hip-hop artists.
Yeah.
It's two good things in one.
We're gonna definitely be having more music coming out with it, so keep tuning back in. We want to get more shows. We have Breaking and Entering Fridays at 6 to 8 p.m. and then Saturdays 10 to noon, 10 a.m. to noon. They play Milwaukee music. They're a radio station down there. We have the Wisconsin Music Podcast Mondays at 4 p.m.
Yep.
We play the podcast, CWHipHop Podcast, 10 to 11 a.m. and then the CWHipHop live show 11 a.m. to noon every day except for obviously Saturday because that's when Breaking and Entering plays again.
Yeah, and also speaking of the podcast, make sure you go listen to, for sure, at
On
least
Spotify.
episode 4. That's
4.
All, 4 has Jedi Miz.
Are these all on Spotify now?
Jedamiz.
All of the
Yeah,
podcasts
Jedi
on
Miz,
Spotify?
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Yeah,
four
well,
of them
either
that
way,
we've
not
done
just
so far.
episode 4. Listen to every episode of this podcast on Spotify. We'd appreciate it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna we'll see if we'll play this on the end. I want to make sure we're not peaking too much. We laughed kind of loud there. We're turning up the volume a little bit,
We'll be
but
fine.
we'll be live at 6 p.m. every Wednesday. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening.
Thanks for
Appreciate
tuning
it,
in to
guys.
the pod.
Have a great rest of your day, guys.